My name is Rachel Grothaus with Nebraska Woody Florals Group. Today I'm going to be talking about everyday design and how using cut branches from Nebraska Woody Florals can be a marketable and profitable addition to your everyday designs. This design you see here in front of me, as you can see, the curly willow is an important part of its infrastructure and mechanics. It is what is holding all of the flowers in place in this design. The great thing about using cut branches in your daily designs is your mechanics actually become part of your design, meaning there's nothing really that you need to hide with foliage or flowers, as the branches themselves become part of your design. So to start the design that you just saw a minute ago, I am going to be using a great bunch of 2 to 3 foot scarlet curly willow from Nebraska Woody Floral, as well as some white tulips and 1 white gerbera daisy. So to begin this design, the first thing you need to create is your mechanics, and as with any design, is one of the most important parts of your creation is how it stays in place. So using these branches, you can cut off the stiffer end to any length that you would like, and there is no hard and fast rule to this. Just begin by placing a few branches in at a time. After you've added your first branch, you can start to intertwine the next few pieces so they are kind of following the direction in which you want to be able to place your flowers. Notice how I don't have to cut very much off the end of these branches. They're very nice and flexible, which is important in a design like this when you're trying to bend and twist the curls. So as you can see, I'm just starting to create the design's armature, which will hold all of the flowers in place. And not only are the mechanics an important part of this design, they're also a very pretty part of the design. Once you have your armature in place, you can kind of take a moment and look at your branches and see if there's anything that shouldn't be there. These really small laterals can just be cut off, kind of clean up your design a little bit. They're not doing anything really except taking up space, as well as checking you want to check the tips on these branches, and you can just cut off anything that's too thin or starting to curl, just to give it a cleaner look. And the next step is double checking your armature for stability. You can give your vase a good shake, a good twist, and as you can see, they're not going anywhere. And I haven't used anything except the scarlet curly willow to keep each branch in place. And then it's time to start adding flowers. Once your armature is in place, it is time to start adding flowers. And today I will be using 1 single stem of white gerbera daisy, as well as a few stems, 5 or so stems of white tulips. The great thing about this kind of design, using branches as your mechanics, is it simplifies your design. It allows you as a designer to use less flowers actually and less foliage. It gives you still a full look without using quite as much product. So we'll begin by placing the daisy. And it helps to kind of weave this stem, push it down through where those branches will hold it nice and firm for you. So when you're out on delivery, this guy isn't going to go anywhere. And then the next step is to start adding your tulips, and this is where it gets fun. This is where you can really start to see where the branches come in handy in this design. Just take some of the leaves off. And we'll just start by weaving this first stem down into the bottom of the vase. And because there is no foliage in here, and I'm working with a clear vase, everything is visible. So it's nice to try to keep the green stems, give them a nice curve, keep them all aligned in the bottom of the vase. So when you're finished, you have a really clean, simple, fresh looking design. So as you can see, the curly willow is holding these tulips in place, and you can kind of do whatever you would like with them and place them anywhere in your design, as long as you're careful not to snap the stem. And then your next stem can kind of run right along the first one. And maybe it wraps a little bit over. Or through this side. The great thing about using branches in this kind of design is really the possibilities are endless. You can even take a tulip and give the stem a little bend and place one almost entirely down in the water. As you can see, there are endless possibilities when working with curly willow, using it as your everyday armature in design. It is very cost-effective, great way to use fewer stems of flowers but still have that impact. Not only are you selling the vase and what's in it, but you're also selling the space around it, and the branches really help to expand your design and give it more sellability. Thank you for joining me today talking about everyday design. I hope you will stick around as we move forward to wedding design.